गाइस ये पहली बार हुआ मेरे साथ। मैं जा रहा था इवेंट के लिए और यहाँ पे मेट्रो वे करा देते वो सब निकल रहे हैं। मेट्रो यहाँ पे टर्मिनेट हो गई है और अगली मेट्रो की वेट करेंगे। आपके साथ भी ऐसा हुआ हो तो बताओ तो मेरे साथ तो पहली बार हुआ है। तो से मेट्रो में ट्रैवल करो उसके बाद फर्स्ट टाइम एक्सपीरियंस आई है। सब लोग वेट कर रहे हैं। ये देखो ये टर्मिनेट हो गई है यहाँ पे और सब वेट कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे अगली ट्रेन के लिए। अभी भी स्टाफ ने इन्फॉर्मेशन दी है कि 2 नंबर से जाओ। अब नीचे उतर रहे हैं जितने पर नीचे भी स्टेशन है वहाँ से जाएंगे आगे। भाई आज तो डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस हो गया। ये देखो ट्रेन खाली थी और अब यहाँ लग गई है बहुत ज़्यादा भीड़। ओ भाई प्लेटफॉर्म चेंज करके आए हैं यहाँ पे और चलते हैं चढ़ते हैं। चलो 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 चढ़ो चलो जी आओ। चलो जी चढ़ जाओ चढ़ जाओ। गाइस पहुंच गया हूँ मैं हाउस खास मेट्रो स्टेशन और यहाँ से जाते हैं इवेंट के लिए। काफ़ी टाइम लग गया मेट्रो भी ख़राब हो गई और इवेंट है कुछ न्यूट्रिशन एंड हेल्थ के लिए। और गाइस यहाँ से है थोड़ी सी वॉक अराउंड 15 मिनट की। वैसे तो मैं ऑटो भी ले सकता हूँ बट अगर हम हेल्थ एंड फिटनेस की इवेंट में आए हैं तो वी शुड वॉक टिल द इवेंट लोकेशन। तो मैं ले रहा हूँ वॉक और मिलते हैं थोड़ी देर बाद लोकेशन पे। मैं आपको एक बात बताऊँ तो भूल ही गया। इस इवेंट में स्पेशल गेस्ट हैं पूजा मखीजा जो कि सेलिब्रिटी न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट हैं। तो उनसे भी लेंगे कुछ टिप्स और आपको दिखाएंगे कि क्या क्या बताती हैं वो टू स्टे फिट एंड एक्टिव। NCUI ऑडिटोरियम कन्वेंशन सेंटर चलते हैं अंदर और दिखाते हैं आज का इवेंट। फाइनली वी हैव अराइव्ड हैप्पीएस्ट हेल्थ। ये है यहाँ का इवेंट द एज ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन और चलेंगे अंदर। ये रास्ता है। ये देखो NCUI ऑडिटोरियम आ गया हूँ मैं।
Like 10 years ago, and after COVID, many people know me after that, since everybody was indoors and that's the time. So at each bar, my mission has always been to make healthy eating accessible to everybody. Like it shouldn't be restricted to somebody who can go visit a nutritionist. Not there. Everybody should be accessible to it. So to make it possible, the first thing that I always do is to simplify nutrition science. Like if you talk, nobody understands what carbohydrate, protein, fats, this is. It should basically be simplified. One should know what a healthy plate should look like. So I'm quite active on social media. I keep putting posts that say what a healthy breakfast should look like. I started increasing by 1 cup per week. And then slowly, maybe over a period of time, 3 to 6 months, we can come to 2 cups, which is desirable. So that's how we go. And along with this, and I keep on taking question and answer sessions on my Instagram, Facebook, where people they directly get answers from me on the regular questions that they have on their mind. So yeah,
so the takeaway here is that small consumable changes go a long way. Right? Rather than making very drastic changes overnight and you're not able to sustain.
Correct. Also, personalization is really important. You cannot generalize.
It's not one size fits all.
Yes, correct. Personalization.
Great. My next question is for Ritika. Ritika, as a chief dietitian in a large healthcare setup, how do you approach creating nutrition protocols that are both effective as well as practical for such a diverse population of patients?
So, good morning everybody and thank you so much for having me here. When we talk about, so my look at nutrition and the way we take care of our patients will be very, very different from probably doing an OPD setup where we are just looking into personalized care or any care which we have now. So in the hospital, we have very, very complex patients coming in, and it's not just from the country, but across the globe. So of course, we have very, very diversified patients. So the first thing which is very, very important if you really need to put in the right message across to the diseased patients is, of course, to have your SOPs in place, which which is very important, which is your standard operating principles. You cannot be talking anything from the Google or probably just reading it out in the print and just advocating it to your patients, because these are critical patients for their care. So first is having your SOPs in place, and we do have what is called the NCT, which is the nutrition care process in place. It has to be customized according to the country, and it is a global thing which is freely available. And very, very important, and in fact I like to share, whenever I have a new team member joining my group, or I have my colleagues in my department and all, my motto to them, and I share that with them, is that if you're able to provide a compassionate care in a consistent way, with an efficient system, I think you're able to provide the best care to a patient, and that will help you with a very good outcome. And as you must know, the two important words which we use a lot in the hospital or the healthcare is consistent and efficient. And these two words, if you are able to understand them properly, you're probably able to get them the best care. Consistency can only come when you have your SOPs, or what we call the nutrition care process in place, which is very, very important. And efficiency can only come if you have the kind of knowledge, upgrade your knowledge with the time, so that the right information can go on to the patient. So these are the two important things which are going to go a long way, especially when we're talking about nutrition in the healthcare system.
Most Indians have this approach that going to a healthcare setup or to a doctor is only in the 11th hour. Before that, it is always about self-treatment, self-medication. So is that also prevalent when it comes to nutrition in a healthcare setup? Are you only experiencing cases where it's morbid obesity or malnourishment, or they also come at, say, stage 3 or 4 as well?
No, so yes and no to this question. Yes, people have become very, very conscious about their health and all. So we do get patients, or we do get healthy individuals who are more conscious about their health, and they approach the nutritionist in the hospital. But yes, we also get, I think 90% of the patients would be people who are in the hospital admitted, have complex medical issues, and would probably approach a dietitian in the hospital for the care. Also very, very important, what happens in the hospital is the continuity of care is better done in the hospital, because we follow a multidisciplinary team. So when a person walks into the hospital, he's probably not just approaching the nutritionist, he will also come with his lab reports, he will come with his radiology papers, he will also have the prescription of the doctor. So that actually helps us to give a better care, because we need to work as a multidisciplinary team. So I would say most of the time the people who walk into the hospital will obviously be in dire distress, or probably in some kind of an inflammation, as she just said. And but I also believe that if you can come to us before that,
right,
probably we can actually help them to get into that kind of condition.
So it's still prevalently curative and not preventive as much in the hospitals. So Tanvi, back to you. And how do you handle client resistance when it comes to dietary?
20 kg, 10 kg in a month is not possible. I tell them that this is practically possible. So let me know if you are ready, then we can start. So this is how it goes. And another resistance is maybe generally, I think people maybe it's help from the family. This is really important. They don't want to share with their family that they are starting a new diet program, so which has to be worked on. So then again, we come to telling them what realistically, how it's possible. Being really frank with them is what I never tell them that okay, this will be possible to start the program. No, being really frank with them, it's important to say.
Fantastic. Or are they being pushed into it by friends, family, and other factors?
No, it's mostly referral. Like if somebody came to me before, mostly young girls, they come to me that okay, it's my wedding, I want to get fit before marriage. Right. So when they get married, maybe after a year or so, when they are expecting a baby, so during pregnancy, they come to me, I want to have a healthy baby, and when they put on those 10, 12 nice kilos, so to help them lose that in a healthy way. So basically I always tell them, don't go into crash thing. It is a 6 months process if you want to lose that pregnancy weight. So being realistic is really important. And
I've seen nutrition and food the way where one is seeing it as a practitioner for the last 30 years. I think what we are today in a position to say is that when we approach food and nutrition and diseases, from the root, literally, we are able to understand the importance of personalized solutions. Because the root cause, as we see today, is sitting in the gut. And this whole science about the gut and the microbiome has allowed us to scientifically validate this personalized nutrition approach.
To see Happiest Health Diagnostics in Delhi as well. And one of our USPs are the gut microbiome tests that we are conducting. And I know it for a fact that A, it's expensive, B, it has a long turnaround time. Although it has a lot of data points, exactly like you were saying, and it sets the tone for a whole lot of analysis and further testing and consultation. Do you think that India is ready for
And I change the flora, I see the obese becoming thin and the thin one becoming obese. So that's not only in research, but it's happening in clinical practice. But yeah, like I said, these are early days and we have a lot of learning to do.
Great. It's encouraging. At least we've got the ball rolling in that aspect. Wonderful. So, Ritika, my next question is to you. And this is something that's related to what you had just answered a while back, was that one of the biggest challenges you faced is integrating dietary advice with other aspects of patient care. How do you do this, and what are the obstacles that one faces?
So yes, in the healthcare, there would be a lot of concerns. So when you're talking about a healthcare, the most important thing is a multidisciplinary team. Most of the time what we see is there is fragmented care. That means the doctor comes, gives his advice, goes. There's a nursing who's at the bedside probably giving her own advice. There's a family which comes in, has their own perceptions and all, and then there is the dietitian who comes and gives her a gyan. So I think the first thing, and of course it's happening in a lot of places, we call it the multidisciplinary approach. It is mostly mandatory in the ICUs for sure, where the rounds happen and the entire team is together so that all of us are speaking the same language, right, and the patient is able to comprehend it much better. So that's one of the first problems we have, but we have a solution for that also. The second, of course, is, as Sandhya also said, there are a lot of these cultural and individual preferences which exist in India. And especially when you talk about hospitals which are in the main cities, we have a lot of patients coming from outside the city. So the moment you cross one state to the other, the entire culture changes in terms of what they eat, what are their preferences, what are their fads and fallacies. Each one has its own, the family has its own. So that is one of the biggest barrier or obstructions which we feel, which is still existing. Takes a lot of educating the public and the patients in general and the family as in total to actually overcome that. The third, of course, is that if you really want a good care, I think technology has played a huge role. And thanks to that, we have the EHR, which is the electronic health system, which integrates everything. And at a click of a button, you can see the reports of the patients, the radiology report, the doctor's prescriptions, the dietitian's note. Everything is there at a single click. So technology has a huge role to play, specifically when we talk about having systematic care and a consistent care so that we have better outcomes. So yes, there are problems, but then we do have solutions to that also. And we are still fighting with that, and hopefully we will succeed on it.
So this is Brin's energy drink, and it is totally caffeine free without any harmful chemicals and made totally from natural herbs. Okay.
What are the herbs inside here?
These all ashwagandha, cinnamon, muesli, gorakhundi, and also flowers, rose petal, hibiscus.
What are these?
This is our second brand, Yubika Herbs. For all the these herbs, we sell online from this brand.
And can they order online also?
Yes, from our website and Amazon, Flipkart.
What is your website?
For this Brins, www.brins.com, and this is yubikaherbs.com. Thank you.
ये स्टीवियो कैल, दिस इज आवर ब्रांड एंड दिस इज द जीरो कैलोरी, जीरो फैट, जीरो शुगर, है ना. दिस इज द टोटली शुगर सब्स्टिट्यूट और मैन्युफैक्चर्ड बाय रिजल बायोटेक, एंड वी आर एम्प्लॉय ऑफ रिजल बायोटेक. एंड स्टीवियो कैल इज a very famous brand, है ना, in behalf of the sugar sweetener. So you can use, if you use 2 spoonful sugar, you only take Stevia brand sugar, only 1 gram. 1 gram. 1 gram is equivalent to 2 spoonful sugar. नो बॉडी पे साइड, नो बॉडी मतलब शरीर पे कोई साइड इफेक्ट नहीं, आंखों पे कोई नहीं, किडनी पे कोई नहीं, और टोटली ये हम लोग के लीफ स्टीविया लीफ एक्सट्रैक्ट से बनी हुई है, और इसकी फार्मूलेशन हम लोग अपने यहाँ कराते हैं, और ऑलरेडी मार्केट में 20 ईयर्स से हम लोग हैं, और इसका कोई साइड इफेक्ट नहीं है। इसके टैबलेट फॉर्म है, पाउडर फॉर्म है, अब इसके जो है हम लोग अलग से एक पाउच फॉर्म में भी आया हुआ है, मोनो शैशे फॉर्म है, ये सब चीज़ आपको है। नो ये बॉडी में रुकता नहीं है, पास आउट हो जाता है, जो आपको शुगर बढ़ने ही नहीं देता। कोई भी एज का ग्रुप का लोग ले सकते हैं। आज के डेट में मार्केट में ऐसे बहुत से प्रोडक्ट हैं जो लिखे रहते हैं कि 18 ईयर से बिलो लोग इस्तेमाल ना करें, बट हमारे साथ वैसा नहीं है। इसमें बच्चा भी ले सकता है, बुजुर्ग भी ले सकते हैं, और डायबिटिक पेशेंट तो आराम से बेहिचक इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। यस, थैंक यू।
हेलो सर, ये हमारा इंडिया का फर्स्ट टाइम लैक्टोज फ्री A2 मिल्क का स्कीर आया है। ये इंडिया में फर्स्ट टाइम, जैसे कि आप एपिगामी हो गया, अगापी हो गया, नेस्ले हो गया, मदर डेयरी हो गया, आप कोई से भी ब्रांड का लेते हैं तो वो सॉलिड मिल्क का है, बट हमारा ये प्योर A2 मिल्क का रहेगा, और इंडिया में ये फर्स्ट टाइम लॉन्च हुआ है। जो ये एक ऐसा प्रोडक्ट है जिसमें लैक्टोज नहीं है, पूरी तरीके से लैक्टोज फ्री रहेगा, नो प्रिजर्वेटिव रहेगा, 100% सर। ये जो रहेगा, आप जैसे कि पेशेंट्स होते हैं, जैसे कि कैंसर पेशेंट्स हो गए, जिनको कॉन्स्टिपेशन प्रॉब्लम हो गई सर, वो भी अगर इसको कंज्यूम करते हैं तो उनको भी बहुत बेनिफिट्स रहते हैं सर। ये
इसको परचेज कहाँ से कर सकते हैं?
सर मॉडर्न बाजार हो गया, आपका ऑनलाइन पे भी कर सकते हैं। हमारी अपनी वेबसाइट है www.skyrup.com, उस पर भी कर सकते हैं। जैप्टो पे भी आ चुका है। ऑफलाइन आप मॉडर्न बाजार हो गया, आपका प्रीमियम जितने भी आउटलेट्स हो गए, आप सब जगह जा सकते हैं। कृष्णा मार्ट से मिल जाएगा आपको, तो सर ये इन सब जगहों पे मिलेगा आपको।
गाइस, आप अपना टाइम लंच करने के लिए अराउंड 1 बजे हैं, और काफ़ी ध्यान मिल गया है मेंटेन रखने के लिए। सबसे पहले कहते हैं इंडिया में अच्छा तरीके से गाइस, लंच तो हो गया, और देखो सबसे पहले नहीं आया लंच करके। ये देखो पूरा ऑडिटोरियम खाली पड़ा हुआ है, और यहाँ से मैं ही पहुँचा अभी सबसे पहले। इन्होंने कहा था कि खाना कम खाओ और अच्छा खाओ, तो हम कम और अच्छा खा के आ गए। तो आप लोग भी ये ध्यान रखना। चलिए बैठ जाते हैं और वेट करते हैं बाकी स्पीकर्स की।
Food items for you all, and you have to guess how many calories these food items contain. So, and the answers I know cannot be exact, so we'll choose the answer which is closest to the correct answer. Okay, so the first food item that we going to have are 2 slices of white bread. So what do you all think? How many calories do 2 slices of bread have? Okay, Mike, to the lady here in the second row, please. And I'll just ask, so since we're taking 3 answers, I'll just ask you to stand up, then it's easier for us to pass this.
It's approximately 200 calories.
Okay, 200. What's your answer? 100 calories. 120 to 130 calories. Okay. So we're considering these 3 answers for the prizes, but any guess now you can shout. 60 calories for 2 slices of white bread.
145.
150. Okay. The 3 people who have answers, I please request you to stand up. So the correct answer is 160 to 200 calories, which ma'am has given. So please hand over her prize to. So next food item is 100 grams or 3 small idlis. How many calories will 3 small or 100 grams of idlis have?
Including stars like Deepika Padukone, Shahid Kapoor, Ranbir Kapoor and Karan Johar.
However,
Pooja's expertise extend far beyond the red carpet. She is a functional and lifestyle practitioner, the author of best-selling books like Eat Delete and Eat Delete Junior. Not only does she empower adults, but she is also on a mission to educate the next generation with her recent book, N for Nourish. So get ready to be inspired by Pooja as she talks to us about harnessing the power of nutrition for a life brimming with energy, focus, and productivity. Put your hands together and let's welcome Pooja Makhija. Hosting this session, we have Varun Dhawan, Assistant Editor, Happiest Health Knowledge. Please, Varun, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for having me here. It's always a pleasure. Where the topic is nutrition, my smile and my antenna and my highlights just shine up because I'm going to speak about something that I absolutely love and adore to talk about.
गाइस ब्रेकिंग न्यूज़ ये है कि मैंने जीता है क्विज़ में अमेजन वाउचर सही जवाब दे के, और अब जा रहा हूँ घर और जीता है एक और हैम्पर जो कि मेरे बैग में है। देखोगे क्या? दिखाता हूँ। ये देखो, ये हैम्पर मिला है मुझे और क्विज़ का सही जवाब देने के लिए मिला है मुझे अमेजन वाउचर। कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस टू मी। और अभी चलता हूँ घर की तरफ। मिलेंगे अगले ब्लॉग में। तब तक के लिए पसंद आए तो डू लाइक और नहीं किया तो डू सब्सक्राइब। बहुत जल्दी मिलेंगे। लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब। बाय बाय, टेक केयर एंड कमला। बाय 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 बाय।